Here we are.
Dum, dum, dum.
Dum, dum, dum. Here
like
we
that.
are.
Good morning.
That was
Good
fun.
afternoon. Hello.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Glad to be
Great.
here.
Okay, so if you are here joining us today, please comment where you are. Thanks, Beth. Beth says she loves the intro video. We are joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Pat Zemer himself, the founder and owner of MagnaWave. He's got all of the answers to everything in his brain, you all. So if you have questions, this is the time to ask.
I'm out there.
Yes, to
I'll do
ask
the
the
best I can.
questions. He will. He will do the best he can for everything. So I'm going to say hi to Wendy. Hi, Kate in Evansville. Or Katie, I got a phone call with you later.
Evansville.
Sarah. Yes,
Cool.
she's in Evansville. She's got a MagnaWave business in Evansville, PMF business.
Great.
Hello. So we're going to be talking about a bunch of things. Dad, can I show you what we're giving away today at the end of
Sure.
the...
Absolutely.
Hold on one
Let's
second.
see it. What are we giving away?
Okay. So first of all, we have the flare strips that the Kentucky Derby winner had at War and the Kentucky Derby, the MagnaWave flare strips. We're giving away 2 of these, as well as the new saddle pads.
Cool.
So I'm going to give away probably 2 of these. So we're going to give away. Someone is going to win one of these and this together, as well as 1 or 2, I think both versions of your book. So we will have your books here to give away, as well as the really cool saddle pads and the flare strips. So in order to be entered to win these things, you just got to ask questions and interact with us in the chat today. Yay.
Northern Virginia.
Okay.
It's amazing. East Tennessee. Kathy's with us. Cool. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone. So let's just get started really quickly. I want to share some cool stuff. How's that sound?
That sounds great. Share it up.
Share it up. All right. So this is the new, hopefully, can everybody see this? Hopefully they can. This is the map, the Aura Wellness map. I'm really excited about this. I am going to do not disturb mode on here so that I can talk to you guys. But if you look here, in order to be listed on this map, we are requiring you to have an Aura machine. But as you can see, it's very simple. I zoomed in. I'm zooming in. But you can see that there are spots everywhere. And I'm going to stop sharing now because I'm messing it all up. But there you go. You saw the Aura map. If you're interested and you want to get an Aura machine, Aura is our FDA registered human line, AuraWell, AuraWell.com. If you're interested in getting on that map, it is live now on our website, which is an exciting thing, isn't it, Dan? How long have you been working towards this goal?
Oh, long time. For the human side, pretty much forever to do it with our T's crossed and our I's dotted. Let me ask you a question. Is there a rental program for the people to get introduced to that line?
Yes.
To the human side?
Thank you for asking. There is a try before you buy program for Aura Wellness. You could go to aurawell.com and simply fill out any form and ask for information. And then we also have, if you are currently a MagnaWave practitioner and you are interested in getting an Aura machine and being part of the Aura family, then you can, devices, MagnaWave practitioners, please scan that QR code right there. Super easy to do. Ask for information. You will get pointed in the right direction. We have special pricing and special rentals available for those MagnaWave practitioners. If you are brand new to PMF and you want to get started with Aura, there are try before you buy options, 1-month options for all of the machines listed right there. So MagnaWave practitioners obviously get special pricing, but anyone who wants to get started with us, we have rental options.
You know, maybe we could talk about that a little bit. People have questions about how's that work, what's going to happen. Certainly, as we continue to roll out the human line, there'll be a lot of marketing that will take place. So people are, and they're already asking. If you go to the OraWave website, not the website, but the Facebook pages, people are putting in their zip codes, trying to see if there are practitioners nearby. So it's a good way to expand the human base. It's also a good way for someone to work with a doctor. We're going to be promoting in the area. If someone comes into a doctor, the doctor can work as an affiliate with the practitioners and refer people to the practitioner. It'd be a good way to be able to visit a doctor's office. I know a lot of people do that currently, and that's fine if you want to continue to do it that way. But if you want to capitalize on the marketing that we're going to be doing and help build your business on the human side as well as the veterinary side, then this is certainly a way to do it. I will say that originally it wasn't our plan to have to split the two up, but the FDA pretty much mandated that. And as you all know, the reason for that is because on the veterinary space, you can talk about things that someone really can't talk about on the human side or in the human space. So we just had to separate them. As you know, you go to the MagnaWave site, there's not a human thing on there anywhere because we don't want someone to think we're co-mingling that. But that doesn't mean that you cannot cross promote to your folks and your doctors, and actually you can, a doctor can, or a person can want to try something, and it doesn't mean they can't use an Aura device on their animals if that helps you move a device into that space with a sale or a rental or anything else. There's crossover that you can do that we can't do. And so that's just how it falls in place. But that's kind of where we are with that. So if you want to participate in that, there's nothing that would be more exciting than to have 100 or 200 or 1,000, 2,000 like we have on the MagnaWave side of people providing good PEMF services to the overall human population as well.
I love that. That's perfectly explained, Dad. A lot of people are asking about the differences between machines, so I'm just going to give you a quick rundown. The first, so we're going to talk about 3 different levels of machines on the Aura side. We have the Nova HD, which is very low power. You could feel it at the highest setting, but it's not a muscle movement type of device. Again, that's Nova HD. It ranges about $6,950. And then we have the OraWave, which is close to the Simi 10 in power. If you've used the Simi 10, that machine is $9,950. And you might be wondering, why are the prices different? First of all, these machines are FDA registered and will be FDA cleared as we work through that process. And they're the billing codes. The big thing about FDA is getting those CPT codes. So in the future, this process costs extremely a lot of money to do the development, and then the actual getting of those CPT codes and being able to bill insurance is the main difference in the cost of the equipment is development alone there. So that one is $9,950. We also have the Aura Pulse machine, which is the original machine. This is a spark chamber device with a digital interface. It is a beautiful machine. It will be going on the website for pre-order sometime this week. Again, that's aurawell.com. The Aura Pulse machine, if you are using a Soul Pro, a Julian Duo, a Maya Pro, the Aura Pulse is more up the line of what you're looking for. What's really cool about that Aura Pulse machine is it's programmable. So that machine, again, that one is about $19,950 right now. Again, it ships in 8 weeks, but it will be $22,950 in the future after that pre-order is finished. So if you're interested in a Spark Gap machine, that one will be the one that will be available. But I am excited about this new market, and I really, if you are going down the main difference here, not only is it CPT codes, but it's marketing. It's the ability to market and share the amazing research that we have on the Aura Wellness site. And I think I'm going to share that. Do you think I should share that page?
Sure. And just to that end, if you have it and you're marketing to the human side of the business, just think about it for a minute. That also strengthens your veterinary business. The fact that you have devices that are FDA registered, FDA cleared, and you also provide veterinary services, people make that transition very easily. They didn't make the easy transition between animal and human. They thought, can this be used on a human? Can you do this? Well, always the conversation was, of course, PEMF works both ways. But now you can really open the door to how you promote the human side, and then that will help reinforce the veterinary side of your business. Also, yes. Go ahead, Elaine.
Yes. No, I just want to, here it is. You keep talking. This is the research page. You keep saying what you were saying.
Oh, okay. So I kind of lost my train of thought there, but
Sorry.
what I was going to say is you can actually do that now. In this public environment that we're in right now, we can talk about a lot of things, but we have the same requirements on us as to what we can say publicly about what's going on. So go over to the Aura side, go to Facebook, join the Aura Research and Education group, because you can go in there and we can have deeper conversations about how you can use these devices, what you can say, what you can't say, and so forth. So go to the Aura group, Aura Research and Education. It's just like the MagnaWave International
Right
Research
there, Dad.
and Education group. There it is. And that's the Aura Wellness Facebook group. Once you're there, you want to go to the Aura Facebook Research and Education group, which can be searched, and can you can have more open discussions in that environment. So
if you're looking for, yeah, if you're looking for research, it's right here on the orwell.com website. There's also like, what is PMF? This is a great page as well. We're
going to have a learn page on there soon. I think Jason.
Yeah, we're working on that now.
Yeah.
So it's just, there's a lot of really great, a lot of really good materials there at orwell.com.
Go ahead.
No, you keep going.
Have some kind of contest as people come in to the human side, and whether they rent to start playing with it and learning what they can do and building their business, or if they decide they want to purchase a device at their discount as a practitioner and so forth, going forward. Maybe we could have some type, after we get so many new ones, we'll have some giveaway of something like a I don't know, maybe an Orapulse or something, you know. There went Elaine. She's gone. We could have different levels. I remember when I used to say, when we get 50 people on this office hours, we're going to give away a machine. Hell, excuse me. It took a long time to get there. and so, you know, maybe we could kind of look at that, how we can populate our map, how we can help people with their marketing and that kind of stuff to work out the map for the human side.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of that on the actual, we're going to talk a lot more about that at MagnaCon this year. There it is. Oh, wait, where's the MagnaCon? Let me put the MagnaCon QR code up there. There we go, MagnaCon. Go scan that if you want to get tickets. Aura will be there. We're going to be talking a lot about this at MagnaCon. We're going to be doing tons of giveaways. A lot of people are just asking, like, can they still use their MagnaWave machines the way they've been using them? Yes, the way you've been using your machines is totally fine. What we are talking about majority of the time is marketing. This is really a main thing for you to do. If you are marketing, this is not stopping you from doing your business the way you're doing it right now. This is, if you are looking at wanting to share protocols and share what's going on, is really important that you add an Aura machine. And in the future, if you would like to be able to bill insurance, this is, you know, I can't say it any better than Sierra says. She said, this is such an important thing for the PMF industry because you have so many other modalities that have clear-cut human and clear-cut animal sessions, which should drive more involvement for PMF sessions in general. Yes. And I tell people this all the time. And Dad, you've heard this. This is I hate this word, but I'm going to say it. Okay. It's called saturation. Oh, my area is saturated. And that is the biggest bunch of bull I've ever heard in my life, because saturation does not exist currently in PMF. I understand that maybe your area where you work with horses, maybe that discipline in your small little town, people, there are several machines, but this takes me right into the livestock industry, Dad. I mean, the growth of the livestock industry for us as a business has been astronomical. If you are in an area where you feel like you are struggling with growing your business, you're wanting to expand into humans, look at Orwell. But if you currently have a MagnaWave machine and you feel saturated or you're struggling getting business, livestock, you all. I cannot tell you the interest that we're getting at the North American, it's called NAIL. I don't know what it stands for. I don't want to slaughter it. So I'm going to Google it really quickly. But North American International Livestock Exposition, we're there right now in Louisville. The amount of interest, the amount of growth, everything that we have heard and seen at this show, the success that people are having in their show animals is just, it's mind-blowing. And we have a very clear livestock education program and certification in our MagnaWave Academy. So you can take those classes. You can learn all about livestock. We have some fantastic webinars that we've done, some office hours that we've done. So I really want to push, if you are in the area in Kentucky and want to come see us, our booth is going to be up for several more days. But yeah, I'm just really excited. And we're giving
the questions
okay,
are I hope we don't lose them. I know I can't.
Ooh, okay, we got it. I'm going to go back down. I'm going to answer questions. I did the pricing. Hold on. I understand that there is not a current trade-in with MW and Aura. Is that a possibility coming up? Yeah, Beth, I don't know who told you there isn't, but we can absolutely do that now.
What was the question?
If they could trade in their MagnaWaves and get Aura devices, if they would like to do that. We have a full trade-in program. So yes, if someone has told you no, that's my fault. So yes, we will do that. I will get that worked out with the sales team. I am an MW practitioner for horses. The Aura would be great to add to my business. How much do you charge when you do a full body MW plus Aura? Just wanting to know what practitioners are marketing cost as. So here's what I teach in my business builder class. And Dad, I'm interested to see your feedback on this and what I've learned, what I've been working with Wi-Fi Wellness Club is I charge for a human session $55 a session. And when I say a session, that can be anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes. There is no like time limit really on those type of things, because sometimes you need 15 minutes and sometimes you need 45 minutes. If you start putting minutes on, it gets really crazy. At Wi-Fi, we say 30 minutes because people were coming in for 2 hours and not wanting to leave. But we do have that, just that they have to get out of the chair. But you don't always need 30 minutes of a session, right? Sometimes you just need 15 minutes. So that's important. But we charge $55. Now we do packages, which is the number one thing for business growth is packages. And first of all, your pricing should not be all over your website or your Facebook or everywhere. You need to have pricing. But the main thing that you should be talking about on your social media, especially, is just what you do and how you do it, not the dollars and cents of it. And then what we like to do for Wi-Fi is we sell a package of for $200. You get 10 sessions, which it seems like a lot. That breaks it down to $18 a session. They have 3 months to use those sessions. And now they come to me. I'm not traveling. This is at our wellness club. So it obviously would be more if you're traveling to people, but doing something like that, if somebody's coming in for horse sessions with your MagnaWave, selling them a package for $200, where when you come to do the horse, you could easily do a 15-minute to 30-minute session on them as well, like horse and rider too, with your Aura machine. That's the way to do it. I've been working on this business builder class, and I would say it amazes me how many people don't have session based pricing or package based pricing, a buy 4, get the 5th free. That is just the way that you need to do it. And you get prepaid sessions up front.
Excellent idea. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah. And they're just not doing it. It's amazing to me. People, they're like, I'm selling a session, or I'm doing a session, and they're just buying one. Well, they're just buying one because you're only selling them one. Like you don't have any pricing around 4 or 5. It's very important.
Well, and you just said a word that a lot of people cringe. You're just selling them one. No, say, I have these packages available. Don't sell. Tell a story. Jill so-and-so down at farm XYZ buys a package that they do for this, and her employees use it, and her husband uses it, and so on. And so you don't sell it. Just tell a story, how it works. Sell with stories. Don't sell with selling. Sell with stories.
Right. People buy why you do something, not what you do. So It's really important to tell, like he said. And I also think it's important. You're the expert. If you set from the beginning of I'm the expert, I'm going to recommend what tools in my toolbox of wellness that we're going to do, instead of them just, it's not, you don't have a fast food company. Okay. You don't have a billboard of fast food and they're pulling up and saying, I want red light, I want PMF. They don't know what they need. So it's really important that when you are working with someone, that you are listening to them, you're doing discovery, you're not talking at them, you're listening to what issues they have. And then you say, I recommend that you do 5 sessions and that we do this every single week for, 5 weeks. I'm going to add the LZR in. This is the cost of that package. If you go ahead and prepay today, I'm going to give you your last sessions for free. Like bada bing, bada boom. You're telling them what they need. You cannot go in and let them just pick what they need. Session packages. Yes.
Perfect.
Do any attachments come with the Aura machines?
Yes. It depends on what you're doing, but it's basically just like MagnaWave. You get X amount of attachments with it, then you can add whatever you want going forward.
Yeah, large loop and butterfly loop. We will also have the the full PMF chair back. We will have that on the website in the next 2 weeks as well. So you'll have the chair, the travel mat, and the large loop and butterfly loop. Okay. I'm trying to find your question.
Oh, there's a website. Let's see.
At MagnaCon, will there be an Aura be given away? Yes, Lisa, we will be giving away Aura machines. If Dad, you got to point at the MagnaCon logo thing. Okay, there it is. Go there, you all. If you purchase your tickets for MagnaCon, whether virtual or in person, before January 1st, you're entered to win a machine. We're giving away, here's your choices. You could get an Aura machine, you could get a Spiro or a Simi 10. So an Aura Wave is going to be one, a Nova HD. Like, we're going to give away one of those machines. One person gets the choice of one of those 4 machines. So that's that's up to $10,000. If you are planning on virtually coming to MagnaCon or coming live, go ahead and get your tickets before January 1st.
I want to kind of say this here, and I want to say it gingerly, but for years, doctors have used, and practitioners, various medical practitioners have used devices, what they call off-label. They have medications are that way. Viagra was a heart medication that was used off-label as an enhancement. Then it became Viagra. And so those types of things have occurred where people have used medications and devices off-label. So if you have devices and you have an Aura device and you're advertising your human side of your business and you're busy and you got a lot of things going on, there's ways to use your devices off-label to satisfy your human customers as well as your veterinary customers. Just as doctors do, they use things, but they're saying what is correct in what they're offering and how they're offering it. So sometimes those are situations that are available to you as a practitioner that you can do privately in your office, or you can do as you deal with your clients.
Yeah. So I 100% agree. And I want to say, we're going to talk again, we're going to go way deeper into this at MagnaCon. I'm going to share really quickly the website here so you guys can see it. This is the MagnaCon website. These are the dates. You can buy your in-person tickets and buy your virtual tickets right here and book your hotel room. It is full 3 days, the 12th, 13th, and 14th, that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all day. All 3 days. We'll be going to Churchill Downs. You can see this awesome photos from Churchill a few years ago. So it's just a really exciting event. Please get your tickets before January 1st if you are interested in winning. But we are going to have a ton. And when I say a ton of giveaways, over $100,000 worth of giveaways for the in-person event. I know $50,000 worth of giveaways for the virtual event that's at the event. And if you do the virtual option and you want to upgrade to in-person, you can do that. If for some reason you buy the in-person and you can't make it, we can transfer your ticket to virtual. And you will be able to interact with everyone. There's going to be special sales. Like, this is going to be the biggest and best MagnaCon we have ever done. Our virtual event will be live all day long. You'll be able to rewatch all of the speakers. I'm taking all of my television production experience and creating a 3-day live newscast. So it is going to be super cool. It's going to be like watching CNN, but for PMF. I'm really, really excited. And it does count for your continuing education for 2024. So get your tickets before January 1st in order to get enter to win. And if you have somebody coming with you and they're not going to attend everything and they want to just come to Churchill Downs, we can send you a link for a ticket, or you can purchase a ticket for just Churchill Downs. So if you have a spouse or a friend who wants to travel with you to Louisville and they're going to spend their day doing other things, they can join us on the bus to Churchill Downs. We have the MagnaWave Classic. And this year, Dad, I don't know, have I told you this? Have I told you about where our room is at Churchill Downs?
No.
We're moving on up. We're moving on up. We got Millionaires Row, the whole Millionaires Row this year. We have the entire Millionaires Row room right there at the finish line. I am so excited. So if you've come to MagnaCon, we've been in the older area in the past just because of our sizing. But this year we have the best room that you can get, and the best facilities that you can get there at Churchill Downs. So I'm really excited about that.
Great. 2 questions that I think folks have asked. One of them, Susan was talking about if someone asks you for records. I know that's been things that have been discussed in the human space.
You want me
Can
to
you
talk about
just
that?
approach that for just a second? And also the certification. If someone has a MagnaWave certification, they want to go human, they need to have the additional credential just because it's good.
Correct. So the certification is through the AOPP. So if you purchase an Aura machine, you will get added into the certification. If you've already taken that certification, then it will renew you for next year. So if you purchase a full purchase of an Aura machine, you'll get added in. If you've already got that certification, again, you will be able to use that credit towards your next year. And then in terms of medical records, okay, this is a serious thing. You have to understand that if you are playing in ball in the medical records arena, then you get into HIPAA. Okay. And that Privacy Protection Act is a very serious act. And that means how you store your records, how you keep track of them, who has access to them, how you document everything falls under HIPAA guidelines. So I do not, at my wellness club, I do not keep any medical records on, like in our systems whatsoever. We do ask people about things, but we do not document and store these things whenever we're talking to them. If someone asks for medical records, you shouldn't be keeping them. If you have medical records that you are storing of people's medications, their diagnoses, you're documenting stuff like that, then you need to be very careful on how you're storing them and the name that's on there and the email address. Like all of that information. Like sometimes we will document people by numbers. So like someone's number may be 5206, right? And if 5206 is a person, but it's not linked to any human being, there's no way for anyone to look at that document and say, oh, this is Susan Smith from Ohio's medical records. It's just 5206, right? So if you have to find ways to work around it. Do not store medical records at all, unless you are doing it properly following HIPAA protocol. If you want to go down that route, that means you have to have extra protection on your email. You also have to have a HIPAA verified system that you have that's actually been that follows all of the storage and access rights for that software. So like our MagnaWave app is not built for that. So please do not store medical records of human beings in there. Because that's private information that needs to be protected. Is that what you wanted me to say?
That's it. I just want people to understand that and to go in that. Now they could be working for a doctor who
yes.
The doctor is referring someone to them in the office and they're treating them and the doctor's keeping those records.
Correct.
You don't keep those records. You let the doctor do that.
Yes. And they probably have a software.
Whoever it is. Correct.
Right. They have a software that follows under those HIPAA rules. And when you get an email address, like for example, you should have extra protection on that email address. There's HIPAA things that go on the bottom of it if you're corresponding with someone about their medical needs. So, I mean, unless you are a doctor or a medical professional, you should not be storing records of anyone's wellness. Now, you could say, oh, Jean came in for oral wellness and I placed the coil here, 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 and here, just for you to remember. Okay. But you're not saying why you placed the coil there. What was the indication? What medications they're on? That's when you start getting into medical records. Saying what you did in a session is one thing. Saying why you did it and what's going on with their body is a totally different situation.
Caitlin asked, can you record how long ago and how long previous sessions were? Again, you're talking about sessions. You're not indicating an issue. You're not saying that it was for this. You're not saying it was for that. You're just applying the coil.
Right. And if you want to work with a doctor, again, like you said, they should be storing all of those records. Now, there has been a time where I've thought about going that route with Wi-Fi, and that could happen in the future, especially when we get into billing codes. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to just start billing insurance. That's an entire HIPAA process as well. You've got to get the right software. You've got to get the right setting. There's everything. Each state is different, each insurance company. So if you want to go that route, you need to do the research in your area on what it takes to eventually be a medical, a business in those ways. And your liability changes as well, your insurance.
And
Okay.
to that point, Elaine, and I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this, but
Dad, if you have to say that, then you're already going to be in trouble.
going to be in trouble.
So,
No,
yeah.
but people, when you look at I don't know how many folks in the practitioner world that we have that are totally familiar with what you do at Wi-Fi and how it can be beneficial to folks. And if they want to learn more, they can certainly check out the VYFYKY website. If they want to come and visit the website or visit the facility to see what you're doing and how you're doing it and how they can apply that to what they're doing, those options are certainly available, correct?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So,
If you would want to do that, then you would if you wanted me to be there specifically, then we would need to schedule that.
but that could go down the road, much like the live training does or the hands-on training. There could be that help facilitating your human growth as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I guess I can share really quickly and talk about what I do at Wi-Fi if you want me to.
Sure.
So I think a lot of the things that I talk about in my business builder class and a lot of the things that I talk about in growing your business is you have to look at different ways of creating revenue. You have to have a toolbox of modalities. MagnaWave or Oral Wellness is not the end all be all of everything. Like when you combine these PMF with other modalities, the research shows and everything that we have seen, the results on people and on animals is just amazing. So let me share my screen really quickly. So the whole entire idea for Wi-Fi with my dad and I was to create a place where wellness comes first. So you see, we have float tanks. This is sensory deprivation. We also have Staiku, which scans your body, so we could do before and after, weight loss. The Wi-Fi is vitality for you. I talk a lot about in my business classes about the cryo chamber. This is an electrical cryo chamber, so you do not have to worry about the nitrogen. There you can see the Aura Wellness machines. That white machine that you just saw sitting next to those chairs, that was our Aura Pulse machine that I spoke about earlier. I don't know if I can pause it. I'm going to try to pause it when we get close there. But the idea is the combination of all of these modalities is what equals success. Wi-Fi is a trademark term that is different. Nobody knew what Google was. Nobody knew what any of that was before it became like Nike meant nothing to anyone before it became Nike. So, naming, there it is right there. I don't know if you can see it, but it was quick. But yeah, we have a ton of different core vitality therapies or what is a combination of red light, vibration, and PMF and Avicin. And we sell those in 30, 60, 90 minutes. Here's the core vitality pod. It's just it's a great, what we've learned and what I've learned in this process and what my dad and I have learned is really about how to combine and how to price in a way that is financially makes sense. And we're going to be sharing that in franchising opportunities as well as some classes. So if you're wanting to grow your business and start a wellness focused business or even partner with a gym or partner with all of that will be something that I'm going to really work on in 2024 of having these options available for you guys, whether it's joining us as a franchisee or also just learning from what I've learned and all the mistakes that we've made. I think that is what is so valuable in my business starter class, my business builder class, and then also in this process that Dad, we've discussed in these classes that we've talked about teaching you and I on how to really grow your business is all of the mistakes. You learn so much from making mistakes. I mean, that's how success happens is failing. And I feel a great amount of passion in passing those on. Right. And so you guys don't do the mistakes. How much time did we waste marketing MagnaWave? And when I say marketing, like making trifolds and making websites and till our eyes were bleeding, we're trying to figure out code. It was terrible. But what we
mistakes.
Yeah, so many, Dad. It was bad. But what was great about it is that we learned so much. We learned so much together and we learned so much. Like that's why we have a marketing department here available for our practitioners that no other PMF company offers. They don't offer it. And the reason is because it's expensive and it's a lot. But what it does is it allows you to do what you do best, and that's doing PMF sessions and MagnaWaving and using your oral wellness machines instead of sitting there, trying to figure out how to build a website or how to monitor your website or all of that can be done. And we can give you all of the marketing tools that you need without you having to do all of that, because that's so difficult and time consuming.
Correct.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Rodeo. People are asking about how to get involved in rodeo and livestock. First of all, look at the 4-H in your community. What 4-H options are available to you? You could just simply search up 4-H near me. So you want to look at what livestock shows are going on. Check out the North American International Livestock Expo website. I'm sure there's more people who can help you. One of the biggest things for me that I've learned a tremendous amount about, not just livestock, is the AKC for small animals, for dogs, like the actual performance. You can go to the AKC website and look up your city and your state and find every single dog show, whether it's, training, whether it's agility, whatever types that are around you. You contact the people who are right there on the contact sheet on the AKC and contact them. 4-H has very similar things. And then just reach out. And what I find is so amazing is be vulnerable and be honest. Like, go in the certified group and say, hey guys, is there anybody in, Michigan who could help me? Like, I want to learn about this. I want to learn about this. We have built such an amazing community of practitioners who would love, I'm sure there's somebody from Iowa or Texas who would love to talk to you about livestock and who to contact and where to go, so that you can grow that business. But just being honest and saying, I don't know, can someone help me on this process, is half the battle. And my cool trick is Google it. Just Google it. Livestock events near me, show stock. The word show stock is very important. That is what you're looking for. We also have a tremendous study that we're doing. We're working with Jesse Schaefer and some very large dairy farms. What we have found in the dairy market, Dad, is it, and I've talked to you about this. I get kind of excited about it, like a lot. I never thought I'd be so excited about dairy cows, but what we've seen and what we can do to help these dairy cows not only live longer and be healthier, but actually produce more milk without the drugs and all of the other things has been incredible. We're going to be sharing that the next few weeks. So taking that information, finding dairy farms around you, contacting them, cold calling them, picking up the phone, emailing them, stopping by, dropping off this study is going to be an amazing resource for you guys to get into these types of other facilities. We are working every day to provide you with that content for you to approach these different, sects of business that you may not be aware of and how to market to.
In 2007, I'll never forget, I would go to Cowboy Christmas every year in Las Vegas. That's when it was all in Las Vegas. Now part of it's in Texas. But we'd go out there and I'd go for the show and talking to the barrel racers some, and talking to the ropers some, and the thoroughbred people that were there, and to try to do that. And I'd go down the street to the, can't think of the hotel right now, but I'll think of it in a second, where they had the rodeo portion or other rodeo portions. And they looked at me like I was nuts. If I wanted to treat their bucking bulls, and that's which I wanted to do, I didn't have a clue what I was going to do to those animals, but I wanted to do it. They just thought I was crazy. And then all of a sudden, 10 years later, somebody comes along and says, oh, we can do this. You can remember, it was show pigs. We had one person in Ohio that was treating their show pigs, and they got tremendous success. It still took us 2 or 3 years to get other people to realize they could treat show pigs. And so it just takes time, and it's all really rolling now. So it just take advantage of it.
Yeah. And rodeosusa.com is an excellent resource. Now, mind you, there are lots of ads. Obviously, I think that's how they make money, but you can search by state of every rodeo event that's coming to your area. So let's see.
Kim Russell, working in a dairy barn right now while listening to the program. Talk to him and talk to Jesse, or come into the group and talk about it, because it's amazing what we're doing with dairy cattle. It's amazing.
Yeah, and it's what we found is that, you know, they track these. We've partnered with dairy farms that track everything about each cow, how long they're eating, their oh my god, the mastitis in the actual. And look, mastitis, I really realized how important it was when I was breastfeeding my own children and using the oral wellness technology and placing whenever I would give mastitis. And if you're unaware, I'm not shy about talking about this. It is when you have an infection in the milk duct, and it is probably, if you're a mother and you've been through this, it is so excruciatingly painful. You have trying to feed your child and having this. And I was prescribed medication and I was not able to feed my child for 2 weeks out of that breast until that was done. And to me, that was crazy. So I just went ahead and put the PMF on the area. And when I say to you that within 2 hours, not only was my milk duct cleared up, but the pain was gone. It could cause fever. It could cause nausea, vomiting, all of those things. So that really kind of took us down the route of like, how could this help cows? And it's been amazing. So yeah, Lindsay Cooper said something I think is really interesting, Dad. At NADAC Dog Agility Championships, there was a primary PMF MagnaWave vendor. She was so busy that she sent people to other people who have had machines so everyone could have sessions. We all worked well together and nobody was upset about multiple people with machines, etc. Lindsay, yay! This is what we're talking about. This is core values. There is so much business. Alicia asked, would you ever have livestock as part of your hands-on training? And Alicia, it's amazing that you asked that. We actually are working towards that right now. That's something we had a meeting about this morning.
Perfect. Let me share what we're doing next week in Vienna, if I may.
Yes.
We have a doctor that we work with in New York City who's a lecturer and has taught at Mount Sinai for years. And he does ultrasound, but at any rate, he got involved with Mount Sinai Hospital, which is one of the leading skin disease hospitals in the world, about putting topicals on the arm or on the body and then using PEMF to get better infusion of the topicals into the body. And so he's been invited to present next week at the International Skin Disease Symposium in Vienna, Austria, and going to be there with all the heavy hitters presenting about using PEMF and helping skin disease heal and those types of situations. Think for just a second. We all know animals have skin disease. And so we can borrow from this same information, the same studies that we will publish and put together for you folks to have, that you can very easily move that into your veterinary space as well.
Okay, that's excellent. I'm excited about that. Dad, you should go to Vienna.
Talk to your mother.
You should go. I'll tell you guys, I actually, we expanded into Europe, and I will say Vienna, Austria is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in my entire life. Yeah, check it out if you haven't. I don't know why I'm giving travel advice. Okay. Someone says, now there's somebody asking, I'm not going to name names. Tim Sam Miller asked a question about other competitors and how they differentiate between us. I will say this: pulsed electromagnetic field machines, majority of them work. I would say the things that you want to ask is, where are the machines made? Is this company a distributor, or do they manufacture their own? We obviously manufacture all of the machines that are sold under the Oral Wellness and the MagnaWave line. And then just, you want to understand, if you can't find much info on these other companies, that's not a great sign. The main thing that I think that differentiates MagnaWave from everyone else is that we are 100% wanting to improve not only our machines, but our education and our availabilities to our practitioners. No one is doing what we're doing in terms of educating, marketing, and growing your business and helping you be better. Even if it's not a business, just helping you use your machine to the best of its ability. So quality, where is it made? What is the warranty? Is it made in the United States? Who's making it? What are the warranty on the attachments? Does it come with attachments? Some machines don't. So you have to then purchase, extra attachments. So just ask those questions, and then you'll be able to really see how we differ.
If I may say, for years when we were not struggling, but when we were just beginning to sell a few machines a month or beginning to grow our practitioner base. I'll never forget when I had 7 machines in Wellington where there were 50,000 horses and people thought we had too many machines. And we could only do 10 horses a day or 15 horses a day. It was amazing. However, where I'm going with this is if people used to ask me, well, I'm talking to you and I'm talking to so-and-so, and I'll be very honest with you right now, as honest as I can be. I always say in the application of our therapy, comfort is the key. Make sure you get as much energy in the body as possible comfortably. Well, it's the same way with the company you choose. Listen, it's all good and it all works. If you're comfortable with somebody, go there and build a good business. That's why the AOPP is here. There's plenty, but be with someone that you're comfortable with. And that's where you'll be happier and everybody will be happier. So just look for the comfort, look for the association that you're looking for and go there. Be very happy with that. And because there's plenty for everybody. You just got to work hard. Some people work hard, some people won't work hard, but that's how it goes.
Awesome. Everybody's saying they can't wait. Does CPT codes for Aura cross state lines? Yes, we hope for them to be able to do that.
Let me read this question while you're doing that.
Okay.
What's the question? They're talking about explaining the differences between the machines. Let me try to do this.
Which machine?
They're talking about low power, low frequency, and the difference between machines. Mm-hmm. Tim, it's very simple. People want to make this complicated. They want to, and some people say, well, we've got a patent on this and we've got a patent on that. But then you can go research NASA. You can go research other doctors that I consider to be gurus in this that taught it at Johns Hopkins and all these different universities. It all works. The difference between low power, low frequency, and high power, low frequency. We are high power, low frequency. The difference is speed. That's all it is. Speed of result and length of time of your treatments. So if someone wants to use a machine for 8 hours a day and sleep on it or what they want to do, if they get the result they were looking for, great. But the difference between the devices is speed. And speed of result that you're looking for, treatment time necessary. The fact that we could treat 15 horses in a day at 20 minutes per treatment is phenomenal. And if you're going to put blankets on and expect to get that kind of result with a low power, low voltage thing, it's not going to happen. Not that it's not an effective blanket, it's just not going to happen that fast. And so that's where it comes down to. Why do some people take 2 aspirin? Some people take 4 because they're bigger. They have a different makeup. They need more power, whatever the situation is. So the primary difference in machines, besides testing, besides safety, besides FDA and all of that, wanting to do it in a correct manner, the difference between low voltage, low frequency machines and high voltage, low frequency machines is time to result. And that's it. It's that simple. I'm sorry to make it that basic, but that's what it is.
Well, and that's the truth. I mean, if you're looking at a machine that you want for personal use, like you could do a Simi 10, you could do a Sphero Click, you could do a Nova HD. If you're looking for a machine for business use, we recommend anything on the Aura line, like the Aura Wave and above, or the Soul Pro and above. Because again, we're talking about time. Time is money. So going back to time, if you don't mind and you're just using the machine on your dog or your horses or whatever, then you could do a Simi 10. Now, you could still run a business with the Simi 10. Don't get me wrong. But as your business grows, you're going to want to get a longer range of sessions and you're going to want to cut your time down. So it's a great starter machine, but it really is all about time. It really is. And warranty and repair. Like if you're going to buy a machine, you want to make sure that you could get your machines repaired and that you have a really good warranty and a company to stand behind you.
I will tell you that back 20 years ago, when I was first exposed to PEMF and I was using many different devices, there was a device. It was very effective. But if I walked into a stall with that device, I mean, we always say this, plan on how you're going to get out. before you walk in, because you might find yourself in a situation that you have to get out of that stall. The first machine I ever used didn't have a dial to control it. It had a coil that was not flexible, and you controlled the machine by moving the coil closer to the animal or farther away from the animal. I had a day that somebody walked down the shed row with the horse kicked the outside wall, the horse that I was treating moved into my coil and went crazy because I zapped it so hard, because that's how I controlled it, was back and forth. That's a different machine. So there are differences in machines, given how people have used technology to build their machines and improve their processes. So yes, Tim, there are differences in, as I said earlier, in those type of perspectives. You don't want somebody, and I don't mean this wrong, but you don't want somebody building machines in their garage if you want to go build a commercial business and you want to be safe. You want to have somebody that's building machines that you know are safe and usable, and there's a lot of those folks out there. But that's what happened back then. It was just moving the coil back and forth, and it was dangerous. It would spark everything. People say, well, will it arc a chair? It's possible to arc a chair or a necklace if it's loosely made, so on and so forth. But this thing, you'd walk into the barn and you'd turn it on and you'd spark everything.
You'd have to sedate the animals.
And it was amazing. It worked, but it was uncomfortable, not client friendly, not practitioner friendly at all. Thank God we've moved beyond that and gone forward. There's still some of those out there, and I still think some people make them, but that's fine. But anyway, that's the differences.
Yeah. So we've had a lot of questions about the HIPAA paperwork. It does only apply to human beings, not animals. Okay. So somebody asked that question. Also, if a client comes in and says that they had a hip replacement and want you to do a session, can this not be mentioned on their session info as to what you did the session for? Beth, you can write very basic notes like dealing with hip pain after a surgery. You just don't want to document what medications they're on. You don't want to, I mean, there's just very specific rules on how you store these documents. Like a lot of it is, depression. I truly believe that if you're going to store documents like that on someone, it needs to just be a piece of paper and kept in a locked cabinet. So you don't have to worry about somebody's any type of medical information getting stolen. Someone said, Darlene, which is a great idea. She said, if you wanted to keep info on a patient, what intensity you use, their pain level before and after, etc., you could keep a file on them, but just give it to the patient and have them bring it with them and add to it just a thought, which is a great idea as long as they're keeping that. But really what you're documenting there is like how they felt before a session or how they felt after is not falling within HIPAA guidelines. Anything like that, how you did it, that is not falling within HIPAA. When we're talking about HIPAA, we're talking about diagnoses from a doctor like depression, anxiety, medications, all of those things which if were to be published or put out there could be an embarrassment to that person or affect them getting a job or something along those lines.
Okay, a couple of questions. Gary asked a question about working with professional athletes. We have a whole list of clubs and athletes that we're working with. That list is expanding daily. And so that's available to you through the marketing department to utilize. And then Patty's asking a question, why can you put the coil over the metal that holds a cow and it doesn't spark? The sparking is because when metal is loose, in other words, if you got air between the metal, you can have sparking. If it's connected well, whether it's steel or aluminum, doesn't spark anyway. Well, it can. I'll go there. But if it's tight, it won't spark. And so that's how it works. But even in aluminum chairs, they'll have an aluminum chair, then they'll put a rivet going through to hold two pieces together. There could be a metal piece of that rivet that arcs, where the aluminum itself may not arc. But that's how that works. It's the tightness of the way the bars are made. That was the issue when I had that other machine. I'd go into a stall. Well, sure, they'd have big metal things on the windows so they couldn't get out, but there might be a loose screw over here and a loose screw over there, and it'd arc. There you go. What is the value of the large butterfly loop? Does this reduce session time? It can. Depends how you're using it. It allows you to cover more area more rapidly. It does not allow you to really understand necessarily where in that area you need to be focusing, but it does treat the overall area. So if you're in a situation that I want to do this animal's hips or body or whatever it is rapidly, that just want to make it so it's got good fluid motion and it performs well and pays attention to what I'm asking it to do, they're excellent. But if you want to get pinpointed into where do I need to work because there's sensitivity here, you need a paddle or a butterfly loop or a large loop to better find those specific areas. But once you find the areas, the large butterfly wings can help treat those areas or session those areas more comfortably. Oh, I lost a lane. You went quiet. Can't hear you.
Okay, I'm back. I'm getting ready to go to a promotional event. Do you guys have tablecloths or any booths set up with the logo? Yes, Kendra, email marketing@magnawavepmf.com in order to take part in getting any of those objects.
And to that point, if you want a tablecloth that's got MagnaWave on it or you want your logo on it, we can get those for you and help you have that stuff.
Yeah, so there is, I don't remember the name. Bree, can you ask Stephanie what the name of the store is? Is it MagnaWave store? So there is a website that you can go to. It's in the practitioner portal. You can order, you all, like it. You can add your logo to anything in the store. Like we're talking hats, T-shirts, anything, and or use our logo. It's all already there for you. This is the best pricing. So instead of going out and like going through other companies that you may find online where you can customize it, we have everything available to you in our swag store, and it's in the practitioner portal. So if you don't have a logo yet and you want to get started, what is this? MagnaWaveStore.com. MagnaWaveStore.com. Yay.
And we're going to have an aurastore.com as well. Or if you're an Aura practitioner and you go to the MagnaWaveStore.com, you can still put the whatever you want
Aura logo.
Exactly.
You guys should be motivational speakers, Jessica said. Hey.
I do that once in a while.
You do. Let's see.
We got some stuff to give away.
Yes.
And we're running out of time.
I know. Okay.
I mean, I don't mind going on, but I know people got things they want to do.
Okay. So, all right. So let's give some things away. First of all, Dad, pick a number. You could say it out loud.
36.
36. Jason and Meredith, can you guys go and find the 36 comment? And I want to preface this by saying we are streaming right now on 2 different YouTube pages as well as Facebook. And so if you are counting on yours that you're the 36th comment, that may not be the case because there's multiple streaming channels that are commenting on our side. So the 36th person to comment will be the winner. So they will Slack that in the private chat here. And again, we are giving away this wonderful saddle pad, as well as the flare strips that Mage, the Kentucky Derby winner, wore in the Derby. Hold on one second.
Let's flip that and do 63 for another one.
What?
Let's flip that and do 63 on another one.
Okay, 63 and what did you say, 36?
36 and 63. Steve Terry is the first winner. Steve Terry, number 36.
Steve, yeah, you won. And then we also have, Steve, you're going to get one of these books. This one, which my dad wrote with Dick Vitale. And then the next person, whoever is 63, is getting the Keys to Authenticity, which my dad wrote with Jack Canfield. So this is Steve Terry's bundle. Don't forget to get your MagnaCon tickets. Also, if you are looking to get a Soul Pro, if you are speaking to a product specialist today, you mentioned that you watched Office Hours, you can get $1,000 discount on the Soul Pro. So that today. I'm just going to say it today. If you want to buy a Soul Pro, it's just today. If you want to buy it, $1,000 discount on the Soul Pro. You can either mention it to your product specialist, or you can come on our website and mention it to a product specialist. I don't know. Let's see. Congratulations to Steve Terry. And Donnell Snyder is number 63. Donnell Snyder.
Donnell Snyder.
Okay, guys. So Donnell, please, Donnell, Steve, I'm pretty sure that I have all of your information. But go ahead and email us at support@magnawavepmf.com and let us know where you would like your winning prizes shipped to. Again, that's support@magnawavepemf.com. Congratulations, everyone. We will be announcing.
Jason had a hard time counting to 63.
Hard for me to count that high, he said. Can we buy that pad? Corey, yes, we will have those available to purchase shortly. It's just about getting the majority of them made. We are getting some made. They will be going in the practitioner portal shortly. And we will have them at MagnaCon if you are coming to that. All right. That's it. We're done. I think we had a great show today. We will see you guys on the first Tuesday of next month. Thank you for watching. As always, what do you say, Dad?
I always say wave on to better health and just wave on. Have a great day. We love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Go all the way.